This episode is brought to you by Monkey Nutrition.
There's a lot of stress that I don't think, and I'm not here to cry about it either, but I mean, we were talking about it last night where both of us, like the main, I mean, and there's so many people that help. The Kickstarter people help us finance. Like, I'm not trying to say, but
it's what got us through.
Yeah, like, it is. These positive messages and coming on shows like yours and getting the feedback and stuff is like, literally, we read those messages and it's like, okay, that's why we do it again, because it's so hard. And what Brett put together, I watched it the other day. I was in Reykjavik and I thought, okay, I'll just watch like the first 20 minutes and I'll go outside, have a beer and come back for the Q&A. And then I'm getting caught up in the Gabor Marte addiction part. And then I'm getting into this. And like, I'm even there with another festival director who runs a documentary program in Edmonton. He watches thousands of documentaries every year. And he was looking at me just going like, oh, like he was just kept going like, that's fucking brilliant the way he put that together. And I was thinking the same thing, but it sucks because I'm a producer on it. So I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's fucking brilliant. But I'm admiring, even though Brett's one of my best friends, I know how hard it was, and I know these sections and how many hours of footage and how you're trying to relay a message in a short snippet that's covering such tenuous issues, right? Whether it's addiction or it's corruption of law enforcement or it's, societal wrongs that just we have as a species and how he connects that to marijuana and why we still have these prejudice of my team versus your team. And he fucking crushes it. And you'll see tomorrow, like Brett does. He's highly underrated for what he does. For how hard this was. No, I'm being fucking honest. For what we had to do and the pressures and doing it and what he managed to put together in this 2 hours. And that's why when we were done, regular people in the industry were so used to this, like, they're so used to this just way of things are done for movies, right? So there was like, okay, you got to cut it down to 90 minutes. And I was with Brett and I fought and I'm like, no. I'm not fucking cutting it down to 9. They're like, no, but that'll sell easier for TV and this and that. I'm like, fuck it then. We'll go right to the internet. Because that's where this has come. The first film was discovered through the internet. This one was financed and supported through the internet. So if we have to, and no one will give us international deals and they want to cut it and change it and fuck it up, no, we'll just put it, and that's actually what we're doing, is on October 17th, it is going to be available to the world on Vimeo. Nowhere in the world, everywhere in the world can get it at the same time. No more of United States gets it for a year. They're going to wait for some fucked up release plan by somebody here. Then they're going to charge an inflated price, but you won't be able to get it till then. And then the DVD will take 6 months to come out. The whole world is asking. We're getting emails right now from Philippines, Netherlands, Estonia, Iceland, all over the place. So like somewhere like Iceland that only has 320,000 people for their entire population, they're never going to get a DVD deal there. Right. So what are they going to do? They're going to steal it. And I don't blame them. I met a whole bunch of people that came to our screening, like 15 of them that were big fans of the union. They're all like, yeah, we stole it. And I was like, well, I don't blame you. We never got a DVD deal here. How else would you get it, right? For 320,000 people, a documentary would be lucky to sell for $1,000 anyway.
Right.
So our thing is put it for a fair price. And tech, right? So like Vimeo's model is like, listen, most people don't want to have to break through a wall to get content they want. They're willing to support it if you give them a door.
Yeah,
right?
And give them quality content. Yeah.
And give it for a fair price.
Yeah, for fair price, right.
Right? You don't have distributors. Vimeo gives the filmmaker 90%.
Okay.
iTunes takes 35. The distributor takes another 35. So, and then there's like a 5% processing, and then they charge you marketing and all this other. So you have to charge $19.99.
So even on iTunes, you only see 20% of that, or?
Yeah, literally you get,
okay,
iTunes takes 35,
right.
Then your distributor takes 35 after that, and then there's like a 5% processing fee they slip in there.
Okay.
So you have to charge $19 just to get $1.
Okay.
So then we're like, oh, well, why don't we just put it online for free for a fair price worldwide, like $5 rental, $13, well, because we have a North American distributor, they determine we have to kind of match their prices to start. So when it goes on October 17th, it's going to be $12.99.
Okay.
Kind of like a theatrical price so that people can still do the Tug campaign and everything we're doing, right?
Right, and I want to talk about that. So Vimeo, October 17th, I can go to Vimeo and plug in, give my credit card and watch this thing.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right
it'll be like $12 or $13 US.
Yes.
And I can pay for it over
here. Yeah, so
card.
they'll be equivalent. So it's not going to, because that was something I was really on them about. I like that we have the control where I'm like, no, I don't want it to be 13 pounds for people, because that's a ripoff, right? Like I want it to be a fair price to encourage people not to download, right? And they're like, no, it'll be 12, so then it'll only be like 8 pounds or whatever, right? Like a fair price for the opening, because it's still considered in its because we have a 1 week theatrical in New York and LA, and we have some limited theatricals going across Canada, and then the Tug releases. So that way I was just like, the whole world is messaging me, when can I get it? When can I get it? I was like, fuck, let's just give it to them, right? Like give it to them for a fair price. Of course we know there's still going to be downloads, but we hope through formats like this and other podcasts and stuff we do, that people are like, you know what, those are just regular guys like me trying to hustle, creative hustlers trying to find their place in this world. We ain't buying Ferraris with our money. We're paying our families back with our money and buying groceries and fucking diapers. So if you watch it and you hate it and be like, this isn't, I don't blame you if you download it, whatever. But if you watch and you're like, fuck, these guys did do a good job, I think I should support them. Even buy it when it gets a little cheaper, right? If you can't afford the initial one. Although buy it when it's really expensive first, right? But, you know, I get it. Everyone's struggling. We're all hustling. So just, I think giving the world the opportunity to get it for a fair price like that is something. I'm taking a big risk. Our sales agent did not want to do that, and he got really mad, and actually we're separating, and I have to do a buyout with him and everything because he did not want to do that. And I just said, listen, I think this is the way it's going.
Don't miss London Real. Subscribe now.